bangdream mainly follows Kazumi Toyama, a girl who, after once again hearing what she describes as the star beat, a unique form of music she experienced while looking at the stars with her sisters when they were kids, during a girls' band concert, is inspired to form her own band, all with the dream of, one day, performing with them on the same live house that was able to replicate such a unique experience for her, simply named Space, something complicated by the live house's owner, a famously strict lady who only allows the bands she considers suitable to perform at her establishment. From then on, she begins to make various friends and help them with their personal issues, which can be as light as simple character flaws like apathy, shyness, and self doubt, or as serious as trauma born from the frail health of a family member, which convinces them to join her band and help her practice to achieve her dream. While the premise and ending are incredibly cliche, predictable, and formulaic, as my description should have made pretty clear, this is the kind of anime that really embodies the phrase, "it's about the journey, not the destination," in the best way possible. As its execution of such a premise is something I believe cannot be described as anything short of masterful. This is, of course, mostly due to the execution of the characters' personalities and their various personal stories, which are, of course, the heart and soul of this type of show, as each member of the main cast is given a pretty extensive arc that fully explores their personal issues and how they affect both them and the people around them, all of which are resolved in very unique ways, from the more dramatic to the more light-hearted, usually featuring not only other members of the main cast, but various other characters related only to the specific central character of the arc, some of which even go through mini arcs of their own, resulting in a very well paced, incredibly well structured, and surprisingly believable story, which progresses in a way that's both gripping, logical, and satisfying, and where all the characters, from the primary to the tertiary, feel equally important, both to the story and to the overall setting, before, during, and even after their arcs. The main highlight in this regard, however, is actually the main character Kazumi herself, both due to her role as the leader, as well as due to how that shapes her personal arc. Throughout the whole anime, she's very well established as this determined and selfless character to an almost ridiculous degree. She's pretty much the catalyst that encourages all other characters to overcome their problems, refusing to give up on any of them, even when they themselves have given up, and overall just serving as the team's natural born leader, inspiring and guiding all of them with her seemingly boundless positivity. What elevates the character even more, though, is the care the show puts to always make clear that her actions are entirely selfless. As, while she ultimately wants the people she's helping to join her band, she always makes clear to them that she's okay with whatever they choose, and wants to be their friend regardless. There's a reason I use the word seemingly though, as one of the best things the anime does is show that even such amazing people are still humans, as flawed as any of the people that they helped. This occurs when Kasumi talks to Space's owner after the girl's first failed audition, where she reveals that Kasumi is the band's weakest link when it comes to technical prowess. While Kasumi herself was always aware of this, having it directly pointed out by the very person she is seeking approval from, right after both failing their audition and seeing another band they always thought of as their equals succeed in theirs, causes Kasumi to become incredibly insecure, as well as to desperately push herself to her limit to overcome this weakness, thinking this is the only way to achieve her dream. Despite often criticizing others for putting on a strong facade instead of relying on their loved ones, Kasumi herself ends up falling for the same trap, hiding this insecurity from her friends in order to keep up the appearance that everything is fine. This, of course, blows up in her face when the weight and stress of it all causes a mental block which makes her straight up unable to sing during their next audition, causing them to fail once again. A block she's only able to overcome due to her friends in a brilliant role reversal, which adds a lot of depth and humanity to a character who was always purposefully portrayed as ideal. While the show's characters are certainly amazing, however, that quality only serves to highlight how serviceable other aspects, like the animation, the art style, and especially the music, which is kind of egregious actually given the kind of show we're talking about, are. And I really do mean serviceable, because while nothing about bangdream is truly bad, nothing besides the characters ever rises up to a level I'd consider above average. So, in conclusion, if you're in the mood for a predictable but nonetheless incredibly gripping story, then bangdream is a must watch. If you prefer a story that's a bit more unique, and especially if you prefer this kind of anime to be not only a narrative but a technical marvel as well, then it's probably best to stick to more mainstream titles like Bocchi the Rock or the now explosively popular Uma Musume. And that will be it for today. If you like this video, please do all the normal YouTube stuff, like, comment, subscribe, etc. And I genuinely do hope to see you next time. If you really liked it, I'd also really appreciate if you could support me financially, either through a one-time paid comment donation or by joining my membership, where for $1 a month, you get to participate in exclusive polls in order to decide which videos I'll make next. Like, which of my plans should I focus on? Which of the content I have in mind do you want to see first? That kind of thing. As well as get your name put in this fancy little screen right here. Just as a small gesture of appreciation, exactly for your monthly support. But of course, no matter how much you choose to give me, as well as if you choose to give me anything at all, do know that I really appreciate any cent you're willing to throw my way, as well as just the fact that you're watching this video up to this point at all. But with all that stuff out of the way, I think it's finally time to, as always, bid you guys farewell. Obscure Anime out.